Who is the better Diaz brother? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down, in my opinion, who the better Diaz brother is between Nate and Nick Diaz. I'm going to be giving each of their strengths and weaknesses. And that the way I'm telling you guys who I think the better Diaz brother is, skill for skill, okay? Starting off with Nate Diaz's strengths and weaknesses, okay? First of all, he has a lot of strengths, but also a lot of weaknesses. But start off with his strengths. The biggest thing that came to mind right away is his iron chin. The durability on that dude's chin is insane. He does not get hurt and is so hard to finish because he's just he does not care. He just keeps walking forward and really just does whatever he wants. Another thing that's really big is his submission threat. He is a very, very, very bad submission threat. When I say bad, I mean it's bad for other people. It's really hard when he's on his back, or even when you try to take him down. The guillotine's right there. His guillotine is probably one of the best out of anybody in the UFC. It's very dangerous. So his submission threat is very strong. Very good. Another thing is he's a volume puncher, okay? That can be good and bad in some ways. I'm going to explain later on in the video what I mean by that. But he's a volume puncher. And it just wears his opponents down so much that his punches don't hurt, but over time they hurt. If you get what I'm meaning. Over time with his volume punching, he will hurt someone and he could possibly TKO someone. It's it's more annoying to get volume punched than to get just one hard KO, because then you can avoid that. Volume punching is hard to avoid. He's probably the best at volume punching. I mean, him and Max Holloway are really good at that. But yeah, Nate is a dangerous volume puncher. Another thing is his cardio. His cardio is next level. Don't know how, because he smokes a ton of weed. So I don't know how his cardio is so good. But he will not get tired. He might be a little tired, but he doesn't show it when he's fighting. If you get what I mean. He has insane cardio. The dude can run miles and miles on end, and it shows in his fights that he can hang with anybody with his cardio. It's insane. But then, on the other hand, he has a ton of freaking weaknesses. Starting off with his wrestling. His wrestling sucks, okay? The Diaz brothers are both known to not be great wrestlers. They're great at jiu-jitsu, but their wrestling both suck, okay? Especially Nate Diaz's wrestling. His takedown defense is awful. Him against a wrestler is probably the worst matchup you could ask for. That's why if he would ever have fought Khabib like he wanted to at one point, he would have got absolutely mauled, okay? But anyway, yeah, wrestling is not friends with Nate Diaz at all. A big thing also, he has zero power in his hands. Zero power. Like I said, volume punching is good and bad in some ways. What I mean by that is what I explained before about how it's good, but in this way it's bad, because he cannot knock anybody out. His punches have no power in them. So he struggles to knock people out, because I've never seen it happen, and it never will happen, because he has zero power in his hands, okay? Another thing that's really, really bad is he drops his hands way too much. I think that might be, yeah, he's good cardio, but that might be because he's tired, and also just because he's very arrogant. He drops his hands way too much. So it's easier for him to get punched in the face because he drops them way too much. And that's why I think he has a lot of bad CTE, because he got hit way too much in his career. Both of them, Nick and Nate. Very, very dangerous for him to do that against guys he's fought before. Just dropping his hands, flipping people off. It's funny, but really, it's not good, because you can't be dropping your hands that much in a fight. Another thing that I've noticed is his consistency in fights. So what I mean by that is he can be doing great in one fight, and then the next time he fights, he does awful. It just makes no sense. You watch the fight with him and Conor, the first fight, he submitted Conor. He looked pretty good in that fight. He looked pretty good for Nate Diaz. But then the next fight, he did terrible. I don't think he did that good. Okay, he did good, but not even close to as good as the first fight. So it depends on the night for him. That's for anybody. But especially for Nate, I can tell that he does great some nights, and the other nights is just what the heck? How's this dude in the UFC? If you get what I'm meaning. It's not consistent, and that's really not good, and that's why that's one of his biggest weaknesses. Okay, I can't stress this enough. His biggest biggest weakness is how sloppy he is. Nate Diaz is the sloppiest UFC fighter to ever live. It's so bad. Like, I struggle to watch him fight sometimes. He is so sloppy. He doesn't even look like he can do a correct kick. Like, his form on his kicks, and even, like, his punching, like, it's, like, so sloppy. He's so slow. Like, it's the sloppiest crap I've ever seen. I try to defend Nate because I like Nate, but, like, it's so sloppy. I don't know why. It's just his fighting style, and it works for him sometimes. Not crapping on any fighters, by the way, when I say this stuff. I'm never crapping on fighters because I have so much respect on every fighter because I know what it takes to get in a ring and actually fight. But what I'm meaning is he's just so sloppy. Sloppiest dude I've ever seen. If you guys haven't watched Nate before, that's crazy. But if you have, go watch him and you'll understand what I'm meaning. It's bad. Like, it's bad. Especially go watch him against, like, Leon Edwards. That fight was awful. So, yeah, that is his biggest weakness. But that's for Nate Diaz, okay? Moving on to Nick Diaz. Talking about his strengths and weaknesses. Now, he has a lot of strengths, not many weaknesses, not as much as Nate, obviously. His biggest strength is he's a great boxer, okay? He's a volume puncher, but he also has KO power. I mean, he has power in his hands compared to Nate. I mean, you saw him knock out Robbie Lawler when he was in his prime. You know what I mean? Like, his boxing's so good. Insane, excellent combos. He's always throwing combos from every angle. His pressure is insane, always walking forward. It's hard to fight a guy like that because you can never breathe. And just like all around, his boxing's really good. Great volume punching, great power, like I said, throwing from every angle. Great boxer. Another thing is he has great cardio. Everyone knows this. He has insane cardio. So very high paced, relentless style. He will not stop until the fight is over. If you know what I mean. Like, he's a great cardio. Probably, like, honestly, one of the best in the UFC ever. Another thing is his elite jiu-jitsu. Black belt jiu-jitsu, same with Nate. Both great at jiu-jitsu. Especially on his back. He's great on his back, okay? Yeah, he's great on his back, and also his guillotines are good like Nate's. But Nate's obviously on another level. But Nick, his jiu-jitsu is, like, elite level. Like, it's great. And iron chin, like Nate, bro does not get dropped. Like, his chin is good. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, when people get older, the chin wears out a little. But, you know, his chin is great. Both of theirs are. They both can get hit so much, and they won't go down. And that's why I think they both have bad CTE right now. But besides the point, a big thing that helps him a lot is his mental warfare, which what I'm getting at by that is a lot of guys trash talk in the press conference or, like, beforehand. But I've never seen anybody trash talk, besides Kevin Holland recently, but, like, I've never seen anybody be as bad as Nick Diaz is in a fight. Bro laid down while fighting Anderson Silva. If I was fighting Nick and he was calling me, like a bunch of names during the fight and pretty much degrading me, saying I hit like a pussy and stuff like that, that would bring my confidence level down so much if he's laughing at you while you're fighting him. He gets in people's heads so much, and he does it so good that's why he wins the mental warfare most of the time. And that's really good on his part. That's a big strength of his. Now, moving on to his weaknesses. His wrestling sucks, okay? That's both of them. Takedown defense, awful. Struggles against wrestlers. George St. Pierre. I mean, he lasted all rounds, but, like, he struggles against guys that are good wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a good wrestler. They're not built to be wrestlers. They're too lengthy. Another thing is very unnecessary beatings. What I mean by that is, like, the dude talks trash so much, which is good for, like, the mental part of fighting, but he's too focused on, like, flaunting the whole fight. Like, he focuses too much on that and not on the actual task at hand, and that's why he gets hit a lot. And that puts him in bad situations to lose. You know what I mean? To get points for the other person. Like, he needs to focus a little more on, like, fighting rather than just flaunting the whole fight. And that's why he lost a lot by points most of the time, because he flaunts a lot. He's not focusing fully on fighting. He's focusing on fighting 50% and then 50% on talking, if you know what I mean. It's crazy, but it's entertaining to watch, so I'll give him props for that. Both tough mother effers, though. I'll tell you that much. They're both tough guys, and I give them both props for doing what they've done in the sport. But moving on to who I think is the better Diaz brother. Drum roll, please, okay? Nick Diaz is the better Diaz brother, okay? This is just facts in my opinion. I don't think anybody would say Nate Diaz is better than Nick Diaz. I'll tell you a couple reasons why he's way better than Nate. Better boxing, okay? Better overall boxing. He's faster. He has more power. He's a better pressure fighter. His punches actually wake the guy up and stun them, unlike Nate, okay? Like I said, ton more power than Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz has negative power. Nick has really good power for being a Diaz brother. You know what I mean? Like, they're not known for power, but he has pretty good power compared to Nate. Way more aggressive and varies in his attack. So what I mean by that, he doesn't just throw jab, cross, lazy uppercut like Nate does. Nick is throwing from every angle and throwing stuff that they're not ready for. So that's why I'm saying he varies in his attacks. Because he actually throws kicks. He throws different things, knees, to surprise the guy he's fighting. You know what I mean? They're not readable like Nate is. Like I said, variety of different moves. Even when he's out here, he throws a lot more kicks. A lot more knees than Nate. A lot more of everything. You know what I mean? He has more defense than Nate does. He doesn't just take it all the time like Nate does. Overall, the biggest thing is he's more of a composed fighter. He's a fighter, bro. He's up here. He's ready. Nate is so sloppy. I can't stress this enough. He is so sloppy, and everybody knows this. Nick is not even close to as sloppy as Nate is, and that's the biggest separation from the two and shows who's really better, okay? If they fought, Nick would absolutely maul Nate. That's just straight up. He would maul Nate Diaz in a fight, and he would win. Yeah, I think I would go to the decision. I do believe he'd go to decision, but he would maul Nate Diaz. So that is why I think Nick Diaz is the better Diaz brother. Okay? So that's it for this video. A little short video just breaking down who I think is better. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate the support. Everything's going up. I love you guys for that. Comment some more video ideas in the comments. I'll give you guys an opinion. Who do you guys think is better? Not just because of the resume, but skill for skill, who's better. Give me you guys opinions in the comments. Yeah, like I said, please give me more video ideas. I will do them. Like I always say, I got you guys. Again, thank you guys for watching, and have a blessed day.